Before we start, I'd like everyone just to recognise the traditional owners of this land. For all those elders, past and present, let us stand now and pay our respects. We are citizens of the world who gather together to express solidarity with our fellow citizens who are currently gathered on Wall Street to speak power, to speak truth to power. Let's not forget why we're here. For so long, 99% of the citizens of this world have been subjected to horrors unimaginable because we give power to that 1%. Let's take that back, reclaim our rights, and stand in solidarity. I would like to now welcome Nathan to the stage.
About that, but one of the things I think we need to maybe work a bit harder on, and sometimes we don't do quite as hard, is articulating the alternatives, articulating the viable positive futures, because if we put as much effort into articulating what some of those alternatives might be, we might make people realise that it doesn't have to be a scary future, that there's actually really vibrant, viable alternatives out there. And what I'd like to talk to you about is one of the major failings of our dominant socio-economic paradigm. It's built on a lie, and that lie is sustained growth in the material economy. For 99.9% of our species' existence, this planet has been in homeostasis. And homeostasis is a big word, but it's captured by that yin and yang symbol. That's nature. In nature, you only have growth if something else is decomposing. The decomposition feeds growth, and then homeostasis, and the yin and yang keeps going. But our dominant socioeconomic paradigm is about growth. Now, even cow cockies out west know there's only so many head you can put in the bottom paddock before you're going to exploit the resources of that paddock. And yet, our dominant economic paradigm, we're after 3-5% great, yay, China, 10% growth. All that means is that we're chewing up and overriding the planet's life support systems. Growth for the sake of growth is the philosophy of cancer. I'm an ecologist. I've been working as an environmental scientist for over 20 years, including for corporations and developers on occasion. And you're asked to look at the environmental impact, you know, at this spot here, like, are there endangered species living in this patch of bush or blah, blah, blah. But you never ask the ecologist, do we need this new suburb? Do we need this new mine? Because the dominant paradigm of sustained growth is a given. We don't get to question that one. And I just like to get you folks thinking about what a viable alternative economy might be. And I like to put it to you that an alternative economy could be based on this yin and yang symbol. We don't have to try and be increasing the amount of capital that's out there. As long as we're turning capital over, developing new technologies, making that capital turn over, as something decomposes, i.e. the petrodollars decompose into new innovation, a new industry. We don't need to be growing the economy. Growth for the sake of growth is the philosophy of cancer. Let me give you an example. I work in a lot remote sensing with satellite imagery. You look at the Earth from a satellite, what do you see? You see the dendritic patterns of river systems. You see the organelles of the Earth. You see the wetlands that are its kidneys. You see the forests that are its skins that breathe. Okay? Then you look at the models of growth on that. You look at urbanisation. You look at agriculture. What do you see from a satellite? You see massive undifferentiated growth. Just a blight on the landscape. All that cellular dip with no differentiation. And it's blighting up those complex energetic signatures of the planet and just putting this blight on it. And if you look at the way it works, it consumes energy and living resources from the surrounding living organism, and it exports dysfunction and disease downstream, be it elevated nutrients, elevated sediment in the creek, whatever. Our economic model has given the planet cancer. And what drives that economic model is the grey stuff between our ears and what we let those 1% get away with. So, folks, just think of that yin and yang and how we can bring that back into our dominant paradigm so we can have homeostasis again. Thank you.
Okay.